Don't you know, you get what you give. That's right, that's how it is. Don't you know, you get what you give.
BlazeBodyz! What's up, everyone? Oh man, look at your calendar. What day is it? It's March 1st. 8 good, hard, straight weeks of busting ass since the 1st of January. Where are all of you now? How have you been? How's your progress been going? Have you been sticking to your plan? Have you been really, really sticking to things and seeing some results? You should be. The answer to that question is I don't know or no. Then why? Why? Ask yourself why. Now, a lot of times people will say, well, Jerry, you don't know what it's like. You're in good shape. You're always in good shape. You don't even have to work hard. Your genetics. It's all genetics. You're gifted. That's bullshit. All right? It's bullshit. Yes, I've devoted my entire life to trying to get in the best shape I can, and now going into my older years trying to maintain. I work 10 times as hard trying to just maintain and prevent myself from going backwards as you are working 10 times hard to go up that mountain. I'm trying to prevent myself from rolling down the mountain. And I put forth just as much effort, if anything, probably even more now that I'm older. So it is not easy. I do not like, after busting my ass all day long, being on my feet for 12, 14 hours, going home and having to cook supper and my meals for the next day. And then it's not easy. It's not easy. It never has been easy. Don't assume that it's easy for me or anyone like myself. It's not. We all bust it just as hard. All right. Now, having said that, I really find that I'm a very analytical person, and anyone who's ever known me knows I like to use analogies to get you to understand certain things. I mean, things as far as in relation to losing weight, getting in shape, on a regular level, but on a competitive level, it's, as I've said before, it's definitely a whole new universe. But as far as getting yourself in the best shape you can, whether it be on a high level or a regular level, you need to stick to things 100%. All right. Now, I'm going to use what I've always done is I've used the credit card with high interest, as most of them are, analogy. Okay. Now, every time you hit the gym, you consider your credit card that you have in your wallet or wherever you keep it that's pushing a pretty high interest rate, and you're doing your absolute best to get that interest down so you don't have a high monthly payment. All right? Consider yourself as the entity that's going to get that credit card of life. And when I say credit card of life, I mean credit card would signify your overall reward in the long run for all your hard work. So every time you hit the gym, every time you stick to getting all your meals in, every time you don't miss meals, you don't eat any junk during the day, you don't pick, you don't go out, you don't go drinking, you don't do stupid, dumbass shit. Excuse my French. It's not French. Anyway, every time you do that, you're making a payment on your credit card. And you make a payment on your credit card, your balance goes down, and there's less interest on your credit card that you have to pay. All right. So day by day, you bust it hard. You get to the gym. You don't miss your workouts. Some days, I mean, be honest, some days are easier than others. Some days you feel like crushing it. Some days you don't have it, but you give it where you can. You still hit the gym. You got the majority of your meals in. You were craving something, but you didn't stick to it. You didn't give into it, rather. Another payment on the credit card, interest rate goes down, payment balance goes down. All of a sudden, one day, you blow it. You're like, F this, I'm not hitting the gym. Whatever you got going on in your life, socially, at work, stress, whatever. Or maybe even you feel sick. Maybe you're not feeling well. You don't hit the gym. You end up eating all kinds of crap during the day. You didn't make a payment on the credit card, but your balance went up because you were late on making a payment. Your balance went up, your interest rate went up. Now you have to pay more for your next invoice that you get in the mail. All right. You get right back on it within the next day or two. You hit the gym hard. You put a little extra in. You bring your credit card payment down. Interest comes down. You get where I'm going with this. You get what you give. So at the end of the month, after busting your ass as best you can, as many and as often as times as you can, and sticking to things and not blowing it, at the end of the month, hopefully your interest and payment balance is down. And that is the reward. The reward is a low payment that you have to pay, which really the net is high, because that's a gain, because you don't have to pay more. So you got back an investment in your return. You got what you gave. But if you blow it and you say screw it, and every time you do that, every day that you get up and you say screw it and you don't hit the gym, you go to the gym, you just blow it, you go through the motions, you're talking mostly in your workouts to your buddies or the pretty girl on the treadmill or whatever you're doing, or the guy, whatever you got going on, whoever you are, and you blow, you leave, you go eat shitty. That night, you get pizza and you eat crap and sugary stuff, and you get some beers or drink wine every night. That balance is going to go up on your credit card, and you're going to have to pay more. You're going to have to pay more to get it back down. You got to get the balance down so you get more in the long run. A lower balance means more gains, more results. You get what you give. So you can use that analogy. You can use the savings account analogy. You can do whatever you want, but you get what I'm saying. You got to put in to get out, and you can't complain. I was watching Jerry Ward's channel earlier, and he was talking about the frustration that he encounters, myself included, a lot. As us coaches who do the meal plans, we do internet coaching and stuff, and we do meal plans for people, and we'll write up a well-designed individual plan, all strategically placed meals, certain particular amounts of macronutrients in certain positions. As a whole, though, a particular amount of macros for the day, which allot to a certain amount of calories, and the individual decides to add to it, or they'll tell you, oh yeah, I ended up drinking a few glasses of wine last night. Well, where on the diet did it say you could have wine? Or as Jerry was mentioning, he was saying how his client said they were throwing in a protein drink after each meal because they were hungry. Where on the plan did it say to do that? Jerry or I or whoever, any other coach, has you eat a particular amount of protein a day, a particular amount of carbs, starchy carbs, and a particular amount of essential fats a day for a reason. You're supposed to adhere to that plan exactly. And as I tell people, stick to it exactly at least Monday through Saturday, 98% of the whatever percent of the time, the majority of the time. And then if you're contest dieting, you can have a cheat meal, depending upon how far away you are from the show. But if you're in general just trying to look your best, we typically advise a cheat meal once a week, but that's up to the individual. It depends on how far they have to get down. If they are way overweight, they shouldn't be having a cheat meal at all until they get down to at least around 10 or 11%. Then they can start having a cheat meal. But not until then. You got to get to your goal first. You have to make payments on your credit card. All right, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to leave it at that. But what I'm really trying to say to you is this. As I've said for decades, you get what you give. You can't expect to see results if you don't put into the process. You have to put in your hard work. You have to put in your dedication. You have to stick to it the majority of the time if you want to see results. If you're on a competitive level, there's no effing around. There's no room for flexibility in that situation. When you can start a contest prep, it's on. It's on, no distractions. No interference. All right? So I'm going to leave it at that, my friends. Make some payments. Make some payments on your credit card. Because the greatness of that low monthly bill you're going to have is more you can use on yourself in a good way, not a negative way. Okay, I want to leave it at that. Listen, I may not be on here maybe one more time before I hopefully make it to vacation, if all goes well. So if you don't see me, it may not be for another 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to try to get on here one more time if I can before then. I may not see myself, so please bear with me. I'm trying to get down to a particular goal, weight and stuff, and it's starting to wear on me. I'm not going to lie. I'll do my best to stay positive, okay? All right, I'll see you guys all very soon. Get out and vote today. It's important for our country. God bless.